Hello everybody, and just here and welcome back to Yuuki Yuuna is a Yuusha episode 11, in which things I'm afraid of will happen. Most probably. I was scared picking up the previous episode. I'm scared picking up today's episode. I'm gonna be entirely honest with you. I thought it's gonna be more like Symphogear. Oh, silly me. Silly me. Not that, Symphogear didn't have its own share of fairly, tragic events and stories, but on the most part it was more, hopeful? Right? There was always some glimmer of hope in Symphogear. There was always that hope that, oh, if I punch strong enough, I'm going to win. The main theme was hope. Here, it's just hopeless. It's so much more reminiscent of Madoka Magica. Yeah, it really is. It really is. Even the system that ultimately hurts the people who utilize it for power, right? That main theme, that's also so much present here. We'll see if I'm gonna watch just this episode today or if I'm gonna just finish the season. I heard in the comments, I think it was Jian who said that apparently episode 11 and 12 are not really much of a two-parter, but episodes 1 and 2 of the next season are. We'll see. We'll see how much strength I have left after watching this episode, because I have a feeling that it's just going to drain me. I really do have... Yeah, I really do think that. We'll see though, of course. In the previous episode, at first we got some backstory to the Hero Club, how it came to be, how it was formed, yada yada yada. That was kind of mostly skippable to a degree. I'm gonna be honest, at this point I'm not particularly interested in how it came to be. Honestly, I guess it gave us a little bit of backstory on Mimori though. How she, came to this particular neighborhood, that it wasn't 100% her choice, how she was moved to another family that was aligned with Taisha, and just how much Taisha involvement was there in her life. So I guess it was important in that way. Then the second part was Mimori's talk with Sonoko. Sonoko now enshrined, not even in a hospital room, but rather in a shrine. In a shrine and surrounded with worship that doesn't do shit for her. It's just senseless and pointless worship that doesn't help her whatsoever. That doesn't make her life any less of a suffering. That doesn't make her any more able. That doesn't do anything for her. And I wonder if there's going to be something about that. Because I'm used to shows of this kind usually dealing with both problems. Right? In Madoka Magica, right, there was the evil system and the evil enemies. The evil enemies were defeated, and arguably so was the evil system. Right? That's how it was. And if not in Madoka Magica, then in Magia Record. And if not in Magia Record, I mean, not really in Magia Record, there were, whatever, doesn't matter. But if that wasn't the, the good ending, even then there are movies that promise, I believe, to give us like a proper closure to that. In Symphogear it was similar. It wasn't like, the system of Symphogears isn't necessarily evil, isn't necessarily bad. There was just that arc with Hibiki kind of suffering, but that was solved, and the evil was also solved, right? everything was solved, everything was resolved peacefully, perfectly and well. So I wonder if in this case as well, if in this show, both the issue of vertexes and the issue of the evil system are also going to be solved, or are we going to keep the evil system and just try to gaslight the viewers into believing that it's not evil at all? I'm not sure at this point, honestly, and it kind of makes me nervous. Whether they will try to clutch to the idea that no, this system is, it's maybe not the best we have, but it's the best that we could come up with, and it's gonna stay, and we're not gonna do anything about it because nothing can be done. I really hope rather that the ending will be like overall good, and not for this season, I don't think so, but for overall series. I really hope that both the evil in the shape of vertexes and the evil in the shape of the hero system will be surpassed and defeated eventually. What was I? Right, the previous episode. Mimori talking with Sonoko. She also kind of discovered that, yeah, she went through some blooming already, and that she was a teammate of Sonoko, and essentially most of the truth, except one very important bit that Sonoko revealed to her. The very important bit of, we live in hell. Japan is enshrined, so to speak, inside of the divine tree. It's inside of the one of the crevices in the divine tree, and on the outside of that barrier there is hell. There's not even like barren landscape that's, rife with vertexes. No, it's like a different dimension, a hell dimension. Fucking solar flares, tiny little vertexes combining into bigger ones, seemingly with no like thought put behind it, with no drive. We did not get a glimpse at, I don't know, Vertex HQ. That could be our goal, that, we can go there and destroy that, and the vertexes end, and we reclaim Earth, right? Without even that tidbit of hope. The only hope that's not really going to pass, I don't think, at least at their current power level, would be to wipe the Earth of vertexes. But that's a tall order. That's a very tall order. So unlikely that it's gonna happen. We got backstory on how the Divine Tree even came to be. Apparently one day vertexes just randomly showed up, rolled up to Earth, because gods were arguing about whether to let humanity live or wipe humanity off, and the ones who wanted to destroy humanity sent the vertexes, and the ones who wanted to help humanity merged together into the divine tree to protect the last remnants so conveniently placed in Japan. So that's the story, apparently. It's not aliens, it's not like interdimensional beings, it's not world eaters, it's deities. It's gods and their strifes. Their little wars and fights over fucking golden apples. Right? That's what it is. And the Divine Tree created a system where it's gonna protect humanity, yes, but if it gets offerings, yeah. You protect me, and you pay me, right? You pay me in your lives and you protect me. I get all, you get, I don't know, a part of my protection, I guess. Not a very fair trade, is it? Especially since those gods were apparently intent on saving humanity, but would very much not mind humanity getting wiped and them themselves getting wiped off, should humanity stop giving them offerings. Which again doesn't make much sense. It could be explained because, gods are gods and they're fickle and they make, unrealistic demands sometimes, right? Oh, bring your son to the top of the mountain and stab him in the chest, kind of deal. But maybe there's something more. I don't know. Maybe the gods are not gods. That could be sort of an explanation, I guess. Actually, that would be interesting. If it actually turned out that maybe the gods are not gods, that it's some sort of, I don't know, technology left by a past civilization that runs on people's lives and grants power in exchange or something like that, right? Something impersonal, because that would be the only explanation. If gods are in any way, shape, or form personal, they would care. And they are told to care in a legend. If they do not have the capacity to care, if they are just ancient machines, that would explain a lot. Some machines were set to destroy humanity. One machine was set to save humanity, and it's powered by souls. So you gotta provide it souls to get power. Maybe something like that. I don't know. I have no clue. I'm very, very curious about what's actually gonna happen though. And of course, at the end, near the end rather, Mimori broke, which was exactly predictable, which would not have happened if they knew the truth, but they didn't. So she didn't have the time to, you know, sleep with the idea and get over it, so instead she broke on the spot and just attacked the wall. Just attack the barrier that separates them from the hellscape and let all of the vertexes in. Apparently those tiny little vertexes are called stardust, but it's never like mentioned anywhere in the show. I think only in like supplementary material. That's also something that I read in the comments. So yeah, the stardust are pouring in through the wall that Mimori made, and she made the wall for an understandable reason. If the world only brings misery, if there is no saving the world, if it will succumb to those vertexes sooner or later, might as well destroy it and save ourselves the suffering. Which is a perfectly understandable stance. Really. Because it really doesn't seem like anything at all is being done to, you know, make humanity better. I don't think. At least we aren't, you know, shown, we aren't told that anything like that is done. We don't know. It could be because of Taisha's secrecy. Could very well be that they are working on a grand plan to wipe vertexes once and for all and reclaim the Earth. It could be that they are working on technology that maybe brings their lost abilities back. It could be that they're working on bionic limbs, so that if you lose control of your arm in the process of blooming, they chop it off, put on a bionic, and you can control it again, right? It could be that they're doing that, but we're not shown, we're not told any of that. So the way I see it, nothing is done. We have the hero system. All right, yeah, our job is done there. Now give me that sweet Taisha money for sitting at the desk and praying to Sonoko. Yeah, Sonoko be praised. Give me money, right? Maybe that's Taisha, or maybe they're actually doing something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll learn that hopefully in the near future. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all. Already almost 15 minutes again. God damn it. What do I expect from today's episode? Well, of course, the big confrontation. Mimori versus the rest of the gang. How's it gonna go? I don't know. Maybe someone's gonna die. Wouldn't surprise me at this point if, I don't know, Fuu sacrificed herself, or Itsuki, or Karin. Probably not Yuuna or Mimori, because they're like, you know, they're like Homura and Madoka, so they both have to survive. Until the very end, when both of them sacrifice themselves for the good of humanity, they embrace each other and get, you know, whisked away into, you know, disappear into cloud of particles or whatever. That's usually how it goes, isn't it? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I expect a fight though. Maybe hugging it out, that would be preferable. I wonder if the wall can even be repaired. That's a good question. That's a very good question. Can it even be repaired? And also, did the world forestize? I don't think the time has stopped. Could it be that because it was Mimori who let them in by breaking the barrier, the regular civilians will see vertexes for the first time? Some of the curious ones perhaps even peering through the barrier? Ooh, I wonder. That would be nice. That would be interesting. It would put so much pressure on the Taisha. Huh. We'll see. We'll see. To do that, you will of course need your subs to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show, and I'm gonna have to ask you for support. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, YouTube, down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word, costs nothing, helps a lot. And with that, we can start watching episode 11 of Yuyuyu in 3, 2, 1, go. And of course, on Patreon, you get access to those videos early, up to 1 week. So if you want to watch episode 12 right now, head over there to the Patreon. Togo-san indeed. How are your hope reserves going, Yuuna? I just hope. I just hope that we don't get a speech from Yuuna about how perfectly fine it is and perfectly understandable. Oh, the world outside is a hellscape. Oh, well, we can't do anything about it but fight. Oh, that's the fate that awaits us, being enshrined. Oh, that's fine, Togo-san. I'm perfectly okay with that. And we all are perfectly fine with it, aren't we? We're the Hero Club after all. Even if there is no hope, we will continue to fight. I just hope there's no bullshit like that. It might sound evil of me, but I kinda want to see Yuuna break. You know? I think it would make her a little bit more real if she did. Because right now she just takes everything on and is just, that like Buddha statue completely unmoved. You lost a leg. Well, at least it will not hurt anymore. Right? Like, I would like to see her break. Passion. Fighting vertexes. What's it look like? Ooh, the music. What are you planning, Mimori? Destroying the world or killing Yuuna? Like a nice little murder-suicide with the whole world going to shit right after you die, or... Oh, yeah, see for yourselves. Hahaha. Yeah, this is the world. Enjoy your stay. Yeah. Many more. Yeah. There's no hope. Right, the memory loss is also something that can happen. Yeah. You still wanna defend them? Demo what? Demo nothing, Yuuna. This is the truth. Oh, I wonder if Sonoko is gonna appear. She said that she's being kept to, you know, rein in the unruly heroes, should the need arise. Yeah, that's one of the 12 that you've supposedly defeated. You're not getting anywhere. Oh, they're falling to the bottom of the world or something? Are they going to maybe discover something there? Yeah, can't even speak any words of encouragement. Is it the floor or just another route? Yeah, just another route. Yeah, not allowed to die, remember. Not even falling from great heights. She's not dead. Easy. Yeah, trying to kill herself over and over. Not really, no. I don't think so. Because of how the Divine Tree decided it's gonna be. Hmm? What's up? What's that signal? Oh? Oh, oh! You can't henshin if you're in an unstable emotional state? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I would like to ask that as well. Probably to protect you. Like, if she didn't fight, then you, in your catatonic state, would just fucking die. So she doesn't really have a choice. So you're gonna fight, or is your emotional state also unstable? I mean, she's still henshin, so probably not as unstable as necessary yet. And Fuu. And Fuu, indeed. Oh, it's this track again. I just noticed her sword has like 3 branches on the top. It tells you why, Yuuna. Yeah, don't lose the phone. Don't, drop it into the hellish chasm. I know I said I wanted to see her break, but not this way. More like in the, let's destroy the world together, Togo-san way. I just hope it brings some change, though. Right? I mean, that was my reasoning behind wanting her to break. True. It's something you are. I mean, the same is gonna happen if the world doesn't break. Oh, is Karin gonna take it upon herself to defeat Togo? Okay. That's nice. Meaning you're probably not going to kill Mimori, right? You're going to try to stop her in a non-lethal way, I would hope. Yep, all the vertexes they've already defeated are back. Destroying those vertexes is not really gonna do anything, though. So is there even any point? Ooh. Music's kicking in. Already blooming. Ooh. Like 4 arms. That's a cool henshin. That's a very cool second henshin. She's probably gonna lose her, I know, something. But it's a cool henshin. Okay, so they can, like, corrupt your costumes even. What's that? A splint? Yeah, a splint of some sort. Second blooming already, shit. Oh, same form. I was kind of hoping for every blooming to have, like, its own new form. Another oh, she lost her arm, she lost her leg. That's what she's losing. That's why the splints. And what now? Second leg or second arm? Need a bigger sword, probably. What's that supposed to signify? Voice? No. Paralyzed from neck down? Oh, she can still hold a sword, so probably not that. That was what, 3, 4 bloomings? Memories? Are we on the ground? Oh, the question, who are you, is coming, isn't it? Oh. Oh, she lost her eyes. Yeah, she lost her sight. And hearing. Shit. Are you still fine with it, Yuuna? Yeah, it's all doomed to fail anyway. Blooming. Yuuna. Or Togo. Yeah, now blast the wall. What is that thing, though? Oh, like a mega vertex. Yep, like a mega vertex. Oh, I thought she's gonna like turn around and shoot straight. Oh, they were protecting the tree. Gotcha. Did she hit? No. Okay, so the most you can do is chip away at the wall. Yeah, protected from death again. Yeah, the big thing got through. Is Yuuna gonna stop it? She is. Of course she is. Some real bangers in the soundtrack this episode. I want to suffer! Oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, I'm watching the finale. This was too big of a cliffhanger for me to not watch more. Hmm. Yeah, I legitimately have no ideas for any sort of a good ending. I really don't. The show's just gonna end with all of them losing their bodily functions and then the world getting destroyed anyway. Correct. Smile at you. Oh, that's a big scream. It's a big, big scream. Let's watch this episode again, shall we? Yeah. The vertexes are coming and Togo is there. OP, 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 OP. I won't let you get hurt anymore. I thought for a moment that her plan is maybe to, like, kill all the members of the hero club, then kill herself, so that the world is powerless against the Vertexes, and then the world gets destroyed after all of them are dead. But they can't really die, can they? So legitimately, the only way that they can die is just the destruction of the world. So there's no point to her even trying to kill either her fellow Hero Club members or herself. Just the world. That's the only thing she should aim at. Yes, she has a very good idea what she's doing. Better than you lot. This was a very good move on Togo's part. Bringing them here, showing them the truth. We will continue fighting, blooming, losing bodily functions. Eventually, we'll lose the memories of our precious friends. We'll lose our everything, and then the world will still end. We will lose everything to prolong the existence of the world for a year. And then the world will still be attacked by Vertexes. And then more people will prolong the existence of it for a year. And there will be more Vertexes. And more, and more, and more, and more, and more. And this will never end. Can you see the state of the world? It's not something that we can reclaim. It's not like we can attack the castle of the Demon Lord, defeat the Demon Lord, and reclaim the lands that he took over. It doesn't work that way. All you see around you is blood, plasma, and hellfire. There's no solution, there's no hope. There's only endless suffering. The Taisha kept the truth from you and used it as a tool. Yes. Why are you still siding with the Taisha? Very good question. And in the end, Karin does stop working for the Taisha. Who being borderline catatonic. This is, like, immensely sad. Itsuki trying to cheer her up, trying to speak encouraging words, but being unable to. Because she has no voice. And should Fuu lose her other eye, they would have no way of communicating like Itsuki to Fuu. Because Fuu would be unable to read anything Itsuki writes. Fuu could say things to Itsuki and Itsuki would hear them, but it wouldn't work the other way around. Yeah, not allowed to die. Very cool detail that the fairies are shown every time they suffer like a big hit or a big drop. I was watching her the whole time and did nothing. Nothing you could have done. Really. I mean, legitimately, nothing you could have done. You can't make people hold the same beliefs as you. You are fine with this situation. You are fine with sacrificing yourself for the greater good. You're fine with having your friends suffer for the greater good. You're fine with working for the Taisha for the greater good. Cool. I'm glad it's working out for you, Yuuna. But you cannot change how other people think, what other people feel about it. No matter what you would have done, you would not have made Mimori believe that it's fine actually. I would love to give my spleen in exchange for the world existing for a month more. Yes, why do you even have to ask? You would not have achieved that, Yuuna. No matter what you would have done. This is an interesting detail, and I wonder if it becomes important later as well. Unable to establish spiritual link with the divine tree due to unstable emotional state. Unstable emotional oh, I'm writing it in wrong spot. Where is Yuuna? There she is. Unstable emotional state is rarely relevant again. Probably. Yeah, Itsuki fighting while Fuu is sitting there. Catatonic makes sense. She wants to protect her sister, first of all, and second of all, she doesn't want to be only the one protected, right? As just like in Fuu's memories, she also wants to stand beside her sister, not behind her, and this is kind of a chance to do that. This is a chance to protect her older sister, walk alongside her, fight alongside her, right? And now they're in it together. Yeah, Yuuna is... Yuuna is breaking, so you could say that, yeah, it's the thing that, you know, that I wanted. Not entirely, though. Like, it's not, you know, it's not anything negative. Like, don't make no mistake. She is broken by what happened to Mimori, basically, right? How could I have allowed my friend to go this far? I was not a good friend. Yada yada yada. This is what causes those tears. This is the reason. She seems completely nonplussed about the state of the world, though. And I was hoping for the latter. I was hoping for her to see the truth and say, yeah, maybe not everything is as Genki as I thought it is. Maybe the Taisha are not the best people in the world. Maybe the system is not the best system in the world. Maybe being a hero actually sucks a little. Right? I guess I just wanted that sort of acknowledgement from her. That even if she decides to continue being a hero, even if she decides to continue fighting the fight, I was hoping for her to acknowledge that shit's fucked, yo. That, yeah, there might be no hope, but I'm still gonna fight. I wanted her to acknowledge the part of no hope. I wanted her to maybe start seeing that something more has to be done, right? Instead of just being complacent, instead of just being perfectly fine with the status quo that we have right now, I wanted her to see that, yeah, this cannot continue. You're right, Togo-san. We are all suffering and countless people will suffer after us, but this is not the way. We know the truth now. We can do something about it. Let's go back to school. Let's, you know, finish those vertexes off. Let's go back to school and think about what can be done. Maybe there is some sort of headquarters to the vertexes. Let's call up Taisha. Let's ask them what's up. Let's convene with Sonoko. Let's ask her about the details. Maybe she knows something. Let's try to figure it out because this cannot continue. I was hoping for that sort of acknowledgement, of that sort of change in her. I didn't get it. I didn't get that sort of change. She still seems perfectly fine with it. Her biggest issue right now is that she didn't stop Mimori early enough. That's her biggest regret right now. Like, fuck the world, fuck the state of the world, fuck the future, that doesn't matter. What matters is that, oh no, Mimori-san is trying to bring the vertexes to the real world. I don't know. Maybe she's going to have a little bit more character growth over time. But right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit, like, ever so slightly annoyed at her approach and demeanor of, no, it's fine, I wanted to be a hero anyway. I want to die, right? Not a huge fan. Like, it doesn't make me dislike the character, no, absolutely not. Just her system of beliefs, I guess, clashes with mine. Being a friend isn't something you pass or fail. Indeed, very, very nice moment from Karin. What do you want to do the most? Yeah, I want to stop her, then go and stop her. Yeah, I don't fight as a member of Taisha. I'm glad that this brought change in at least one of them. At least Karin had the, you know, moment of, yeah, Taisha kinda sucks. I don't want to work for them, but I still want to fight for you guys. For my friends of the Hero Club. That's what I'm fighting for. Not for the Taisha. For you. Very nice change. This I like. This I'm a fan of. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fight all of them. And then lastly, Togo. The True Strength. Very cool music. And of course, first blooming already. Did she lose anything in the process here? I don't think it's shown. And yes, screaming out all the 5 tenets against all the 5 vertexes. Try not to give up. And yeah, she gets a splint on her arm first, which I assume she lost control of her arm, then of her leg, then she lost her hearing, and then she lost her eyesight, right? 4 bloomings, 4 detriments. I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping for each blooming form to be at least a little bit different. I guess the difference is that she keeps the splint on her limb, and she keeps the, like, thingamajigs on her ears and eyes. Very fast fight, and very, like, eventually this fight, my only criticism of this fight is it kind of got formulaic after like the second time or third time, right? Because it essentially Karin attacks a vertex. Vertex is too strong. Vertex hurts Karin. Karin flies away. Karin blooms. Karin gets some splint or something. Karin defeats the vertex. Karin fights another vertex. The vertex is too strong. Karin falls down. Karin blooms. Karin gets another splint. Karin defeats the vertex, right? It's kind of a little bit formulaic. But that doesn't make the fight bad or anything. Absolutely not. I enjoyed it as much as I could enjoy seeing Karin self-destruct in Fast Forward. But still, very cool effects on the blooming. Behold the power of the Hero Club. Yeah, that's her. That's her ears. And that's her eyes. Yep. I thought that she might just become paralyzed. Right? First her leg, then her arm, then maybe neck down, right? And then she just gets confined to just her head, completely paralyzed, or something like that. That's what I expected, because it's shown that like physical training is very important to her. So maybe she lost the ability to do any sort of physical activity. And then when her eyes go blank like that, I thought, oh, she lost the memory of her friends. Something the most precious to her. Something that just only, you know, made her willing to fight. Something that drove her to give Yuuna this big speech. Something that made her change. She lost it. And I hope that maybe that's going to show Yuuna, yeah, the situation is kind of fucking dire. And you can't make it better with, it's gonna be alright, girls. Yeah, let's fight. We're the heroes, right? I was hoping maybe that's what's gonna happen. But no, she lost her eyesight, she lost her hearing. Yeah, the, like, worst possible fate. Honestly, not being able to take in any stimuli, this fucking sucks. That's like one of my biggest fears in life. Like, I could lose my legs, I could lose my arms, I could be paralyzed neck down. No problem, I'd deal with that somehow. There are people who deal with that. No biggie. I mean, yeah, biggie, but ultimately, not really. But if I were to lose my sight and my hearing, Oh boy. I would not want to do that. You can't read, you can't watch movies, you can't listen to music, you can't listen to audiobooks. All that's left is braille books, and that's it. That's all communication you can have with the outside world. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. Really not a fan of what happened to Karin. And yet, see Yuuna? She's fine with it, right? I lost my vision and hearing. Did you see my awesome fight? Yeah, it was awesome. Hell yeah, it was. Thank you. I've been training to be a hero as a hero for a long time. All I lived for was to fight. But you changed that. You made me have friends. You can set Togo's heart straight. Yeah, thank you for all those moments, Yuuna. Are you still fine with the system, Yuuna? You were very adamant in you saying that we're the heroes after all. It shouldn't be a problem for us to sacrifice ourselves. Do you still hold this belief? After it happened to someone else? After it happened to your friend and not yourself? Are you? I hope not. I sure hope not. I really, really hope not. Because there is a point where dealing with reality just stops being dealing with reality and starts being, I don't know, just denying reality. And I wouldn't want Yuuna to go that way. Your best friends, aren't you? Yeah. This world is doomed. It is. This is the only way we'll be saved. The only way right now that you know of. I'm gonna say it is the fastest way, probably, to be saved in the meaning of ceasing the suffering. Because it's arguable whether death is salvation. It's arguable. I would argue that it's better to live and maybe do something about it. Right? Rather than destroy the world. But I understand her belief fully. That this is the most surefire way. They haven't been shown any glimmer of hope, mind you. I might be sitting here theorizing that, oh yeah, maybe there is, like, you know, Vertex headquarters that you have to destroy. Maybe Taisha is working on something. Maybe the system can change. Maybe. But all of that, we haven't been shown. It's not a case of we are working on a ritual that in about 10 years will kill all the vertexes and save humanity. We just need you to hold the fort until then. No. There's no, we're actively working on trying to get your legs and ears and eyes to work again. No. There's, what? You're having some issues with your eyesight? That's, you know, that's normal. That's gonna pass. That's no biggie. Right? There's no, oh, you're wondering how are there more than 12 well, what are you talking about? No, they're just 12. What are you talking about? No. What? The world is doomed? No, it's not. Have you seen our recent, like, illusion? That's the real world. Want some VR goggles, maybe. Right? None of that is ever acknowledged. And because of that, there is no hope. So as far as Togo is concerned, as far as Mimori is concerned, there is no hope. There is no salvation, there is no solution. This will just continue into infinity. Forever and ever. And the only future possible is that eventually the Vertexes win. Eventually. But they will. And there's no other hope that we know of. So I can see why she believes that it's better to, you know, save ourselves and the future generations the suffering and just do away with this world right now instead of waiting for the world to be destroyed. Even so, as the president and your senior, I'm going to stop you. And no, like, counter arguments, I guess you could say. I think it would be better if Fuu said that, hey, wait, there might still be hope. We'll figure something out, trying to placate her at least, right? If the world disappears, then our club gets destroyed. Everything we know gets destroyed. There's no chance for anything getting better. Let's stop this pointless fighting and let's sit down in our club room and try to figure out a way. Or, you know, she doesn't even get that acknowledgement. She gets, I'm still gonna stop you though. And nothing else, nothing more. She really seems, probably to herself, as the only sane person in the room. Right? She's standing here, pointing at the state of the world. Do you see what the fuck is going on? And everyone's turning around and saying, oh, what do you mean? That's just some, you know, some bunnies hopping among the flowers. What do you mean, Togo-san? Why do you want to destroy that? Right? It kind of feels that way. And it embeds her in her goals, on her road even more. Right? That's the vibe I'm getting here. I might be, you know, over analyzing it, but it kind of feels that way. It really feels like everybody sees her actions as the biggest threat and completely ignores that there's countless number of vertexes. Like, no, that's not a thing. What do you mean? It's fine if we just patch the walls with some spit and bubblegum. That's gonna be fine. If we can't see that it doesn't exist, let's put the barrier back up. Let's put the illusion back up and go back to our lives. It's gonna be fine. That's a big one. Yeah, she meanwhile doesn't have no qualms because she has a conviction that's based in reality. And that's what gives her strength, I feel. Everybody's just kind of sort of hand waving it like, oh, it's, you know, it's gonna work out, it's gonna work out, it's gonna work out. So their conviction is weak because it's not based on anything that would even make them believe that it's gonna work out. Meanwhile, there's plenty of things that will make you believe that it's not going to work out. So I fully understand Mimori. Again, as I said, I probably would rather opt for them gathering around, speaking the truth, connecting with Sonoko, trying to talk about possible solutions, and going for that, rather than trying to destroy the world the first thing they can. It's still an option. It's still gonna remain an option, even in the future. So, you know, you don't have to take that path already, but still. But still, I understand where she's coming from. That's a weapon broken and a henshin broken. But they're of course alive because they're not allowed to die. Yeah, she's not able to attack the tree directly. But the vertex can. Hero punch. I'll protect you, Togo-san. How? How exactly, Yuuna? Like, it's a nice sentiment. It's a nice sentiment saying, I'll protect you. But how? Are you going to, I don't know, chain her to a radiator and fight in her stead? That's not gonna work. What is your plan here, Yuuna? Because, again, it sounds nice on paper, but it's a platitude, ultimately. Unless she means that I'm going to protect you from yourself. In which case, it's Yuuna acting kind of presumptuous again. Does she need protecting from herself? In the first place, she believes that she protects you by ending this corrupted world, by allowing you all to die while you're still somewhat able. She believes that she's protecting you. So we have a big clash here of what does it mean to actually be protected and what they are actually protecting. I can't see any good end here. Also, I cannot see any good ending here all the more because if, say, Yuuna convinces Mimori to stand down, say they go back to the Hero Club, well, Mimori's action just made Karin lose so much. How's she gonna feel about that? How's the rest of the club is going to feel about her? She was the cause of this much going on. She was the cause of Karin having to bloom like 4 times. She is probably going to be the cause of Yuuna having to bloom. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, if she defeats that big-ass Vertex, it would surprise me if she didn't get enough XP to bloom. So, in that alone, I cannot see a good ending. Karin, she's not going to be able to fight. Is she? In her current state, she's completely out of it. That's gonna be a problem. You're back to the 4 of you being here only again. We don't know what is Yuuna going to lose in her process of blooming. Mimori bloomed again. She lost something. And she was the cause. And we can't just handwave it. We can't just say, oh, we're the heroes after all, and have the bad fifis go away. It cannot happen. And I don't think it will happen. I hope it will not happen. And in the, like... Oh, this is some very cool frames. Like cardboard cutouts. And like in the long term, I also can't see a good solution. There's no hope on the horizon. There is no Walpurgisnacht that we destroy and everything is fine. There is no system that we can change because we have the power of wishes. There is no shard of a relic that we can extract. None of that. There's no gate of Babylon that we can close. There's no end. There's no hope. So unless some hope appears, unless the Taisha starts doing their fucking job and researches possible ways to maybe free humanity from its current state, or the remnants of it, at least, unless that happens, then this entire show is just going to be bleak. It's just going to be them fighting, destroying themselves for no reason. Wasting their lives. And, yeah, I guess I'm gonna talk a little bit about it more in the next segment, I guess. Next episode, there's no point in being a hero. Yeah, correct. As we see it now, there is no point in being a hero. Because there's no end in sight. Don't do this, Yuuna. I'm probably going to Henshin again, or rather going to Bloom. Send it back. Probably telling Mimori to send back the big Vertex You won't forget us. Yuuna losing her memories? I don't want to forget you. Yuuna losing her memories. Probably. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So, that was episode 11. And what I was about to say at the end was that I hope we are shown some hope. I talked a little bit about it before, but I tend to easily suffer misery fatigue. If there's only misery in sight, if there's no hope, I find myself not caring. Maybe it's a defensive mechanism, maybe it's something else, but it's just something that happens to me, and happened many a time. And it really doesn't seem like there is hope in this show right now. It's just, let's make this world last a day longer. And I wouldn't call it hope. I wouldn't even call it a good reason to continue fighting. I really would not. So I hope that something, at least a little bit of a positive something happens. Maybe they figure out a way how to reverse at least some of their blooming effects. Maybe they're gonna figure out a way how to stop themselves from blooming. You know, something, some sliver of hope. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm hoping to see. Because again, as it is now, I'm not gonna say I'm close to losing interest, because I'm not. But I can see myself eventually losing interest if it just continues. If it's just misery porn. Worst of all, like, I can get the appeal of misery porn when characters are actually, like, reacting to it in a way, because it becomes a little bit of a character study in how given characters deal with the most dire of straits, right? But here we have Yuuna. Here we have Yuuna, so willing to hand wave everything by saying, we're heroes after all. And I really find it a little bit... grating, I guess, would be the best way to put it. She's shown that there is no hope. She's shown that the real truth pushed her friend this far. She's shown how people like her and her friends end up, first in Sonoko and then personally in Karin, in someone she cares about. And yet she still has this Genki demeanor of, oh no, it's fine. Let's continue fighting the good fight. We are heroes. Heroes sacrifice themselves. We are heroes. We're the hero club. We are heroes. Let's continue fighting. We're the hero club. Let's fight. 10 at 5. Keep fighting. Right? She's really... I don't know how to put it best. I guess I'm used to characters exhibiting a little bit more growth under dire straits like that. Right? I'm used to characters not ignoring reality. Yuuna meanwhile seems almost brainwashed by the heroism. completely disregarding anything that could ever challenge her worldview. Even more, taking anything that could challenge her worldview and spinning it around into being a confirmation for it. And I personally find it grating. Again, not to the point of making me dislike Yuuna. Not to the point of making me dislike this show, absolutely not. It's just that the combo of misery porn and a character who takes this misery porn face on and claims it's jacuzzi, it gets tiring a little bit. And now I'm at a crossroads. Should I actually legitimately watch the next episode and allow it to be tainted by myself being so disgruntled right now? Or do I watch it in the hopes that what I say right now is going to get alleviated by the next episode? That's a big choice. That's a big, big choice. I guess I'm gonna get myself a cup of tea. Maybe eat something. If I still feel like recording the finale, I will. If I don't, I won't. And I'm going to fail my promise of making the delay of episode 10 up to you by watching multiple episodes at once. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. Anything more about today's episode? I don't want to focus just on the negatives. I might be coming off as very negative in the previous episode and in today's, but ultimately I am having certain kind of fun with this show. I am. It holds my interest. I'm very much curious about the world, about the history, about what they are trying to convey, what are they trying to say to us, right? I'm very much curious about where the characters go. I'm curious where the world goes. Can it actually be saved? Are they actually going to figure out a way to do that? Or are they not? Right? Is there a cure for their blooming ailment? Is the divine tree actually as divine as they claim it to be? Is there a better way? Can the world be saved, and not just put on life support? I very much feel still engaged in questions like that, in the world, in the stories. Absolutely, I do. I guess legitimately, my only gripe is that Yuuna is exactly like a main character of this kind of show, but even more exaggerated, right? Even Hibiki had her darker moments. Even Madoka and Homura and the girls in Magia Record had her darker moments. Even in Flip Flappers, they had moments of doubt. Here, Yuuna seems almost too headstrong. Headstrong to the point of stubbornness. Headstrong to the point of rejecting reality and living in a la-la land, almost. I hope that either this changes and she acknowledges that the world is fucked, or that her beliefs get validated by there actually being hope, by heroes actually being able to make a difference. Because as long as we have neither, she seems borderline delusional at times. Maybe, okay, that's a little bit too strong of a word, but she really seems to be rejecting the reality that she sees. She sees herself lose her left arm and says, at least I have the right one still. She loses her sense of taste and she says, I can appreciate the texture more thanks to that. And I find people who are positive to a fault grating. Like in general. Not just in this show in particular, not just in anime overall, just in general. I don't know, we'll see where it goes. I would, of course, rather go in the direction of, you know, there actually is hope, there actually is Vertex Broodmother, and we can go there, destroy the Broodmother and win. Or we can destroy the Divine Tree and win. Or we can do headstand for 5 hours and win, or whatever. But I would like there to be a win condition. Right? Because currently, as it is, there's no winning. There's no winning, there's no condition, there's nothing for me to cheer for, right? There are no moments where I'm like, oh, all right, we're one step closer to winning. That's great, right? There's no, oh, okay, yeah, this dude, yeah, we defeated this dude, yeah, he was one of the biggest villains here. Good. Just a couple more, and we're gonna stop the forces of evil. There is no, okay, right, we lost the city is destroyed, but we now know where those charcoals, or whatever monster name, come from. We at least get a little bit more knowledge. We know what's the deal. We know where to head to defeat them, or we know their weakness, or something, some change that brings us closer to winning, whatever the win is defined as. There's nothing like that here, not yet. And maybe that's what irks me this much. Maybe that's it. Because right now, any sort of action, any sort of sacrifice, anybody taking a bullet for anybody else, any city getting destroyed, any person dying, any person being crippled, is pointless. Because none of that brings us even a step closer to winning. Because there's no win. It's immensely bleak. It's just misery upon misery. Yeah. I think that's gonna be it about this episode. Almost an hour and a half of talking, but I had to. I had to. And again, make no mistake, I'm very much enjoying it. I just find a couple of things grating, maybe because of my own personal beliefs, maybe because of, I don't know, the weather or whatever. I don't want to, chalk it up upon something else, but it is what it is. You're getting my pure, unfiltered thoughts and beliefs and opinions. So, I guess that's gonna be it for this episode, but maybe you guys have something more to add on the topic, and if you do, say so in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode, my reaction, my theories, stuff like that. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to be notified of future videos, not only Yuuki Yuuna, but also Unnamed Memory, Kaito Otome, Kaiju number 8, Sentai Daishikaku, plenty others coming in the future. Click the bell to be notified of when I go live, because I do sometimes. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, linked down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Yuuki Yuuna, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. You can also support me directly on YouTube through memberships, super thanks, super chats, stuff like that. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to. Share my content, spread the word, it costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's my wonderful Patreons: QB, Without a Net, Zerene, Yuki Ala, Ishtamu, Dr. Watt, Akama Samar, Fassel, and Hans Peter. And you can join them if you want without having to give up your senses. I already said it once, didn't I?